Welcome, Motenta people. Coming from a spirited background of the European post-war generation and beautifully adorned with an unpretentious figure under a cascading brunette tress augmented by confessional romantic eyes, Claudia Cardinali's screen career appeared destined. Her glamour silver screen prominence was exciting with an amazing backstory. After rejecting film acting opportunities, it kept knocking on her door until she did otherwise for what would be described as a life of submissive sex symbolism. Thrilled and traumatized, the truth remains that she successfully made her way to stardom. How was Claudia Cardinali kept in a master and servant-like contract? Make sure to watch the video until the end and leave your thoughts in the comments. If you are new here, join our wonderful community by subscribing to the Motentas channel. I've been told over time that opportunity comes but once, but I'm not sure the same would be said of the life of silver screen legend Claudia Cardinali. She is no doubt among the sexiest entertainers of her era. Her remarkable tale of bravery, choice, and commitment is truly unique as a model feminist. From rejecting cinema to being saved by cinema, a fit that did not come easy. Her colorful outlook added a steamy European taste to the movie industry. Claudia didn't realize the sultry nature of her beauty and time and the influence thereof until she was packaged for display and brought to a more glorious life of self-confidence. And just recently, she gladly told her fans that cinema saved her life. Of course, she had an outstanding career starring in several highly rated European films. A lot of things held my interest about this beautiful lady, from her background and early career choice down to her roles in classic films produced by famous European movie gurus like Luchino Visconti and Federico Fellini, among others. Her energetic performance cannot be taken for granted, even in the Hollywood movies, not with that outstanding display in 1963, when she navigated as a gorgeous princess in Blake Edwards' grand comedy, The Pink Panther. For about 6 decades, this Tunisian-born Italian beauty established her persona as a star actress in the international movie scene, a journey she reluctantly began at age 18. Her breakthrough role came in 1963, the year Claudia starred in 2 classic movies. I still recall her stunning performance in Federico Fellini's 8½, and Luchino Visconti's The Leopard. Expectedly, she was soon spotted by the eagle eyes of Hollywood executives. That was how a journey she started as a local ethnic queen moved her to her homeland and into fame that eventually landed her in the world's biggest movie industry. For personal reasons, Cardinali preferred to act mainly in European films because she didn't quite appreciate Hollywood's procedures, especially on performers' contract signing. She meant it when she said, "I like to live in Europe." Claudia said she frequented Hollywood but did not create any contract with them because she did not like the system. Sadly, her private life was somewhat disturbing for an obvious reason. Her choices, circumstances, and experiences may not be what anyone would describe as nice, because of the traumatic questions begging for an answer. Her relationship with Franco Cristaldi was quite a phenomenon because Cristaldi was afraid of scandal. So her life appeared caged by overbearing influence and control. Perhaps the reason she couldn't nurture useful romantic affairs with those charming co-stars. Was she tempted to do otherwise? Maybe I'm wrong because Claudia told her fans that it's against her rule to get involved romantically with those she met on the set, because she thought that movie scandal, whether acknowledged or denied, was not necessary for her as an actress. Is this also the reason she never revealed herself or even her body in films? Claudia said yes. In her words, mystery is very important. But when her relationship with Cristaldi ended, Claudia made a shocking revelation about the controlling influence she had to go through over 15 years. "I was considered and treated like an object," she said, adding that her life was like a product that is to be manufactured and sold. But while this pitiable memory was still fresh on her followers, Claudia dropped another bombshell when she revealed how she kept secret the identity of her son Patrick for years, a man everyone knew as her brother, because that was what she told people. This is a secrecy that endured until the young man turned 19 years old. What else do you know about this iconic lady? Claudia Cardinali is a prominent Italian actress, born in Tunisia in 1938 to Italian parents and had French education, the reason she could not speak her native language fluently until later in life. As a teenager growing up in La Goulette, an area in Tunis, Claudia was so charming that when she appeared in a local beauty contest, the accurate timekeepers found her worthy as the winner. Winning the Most Beautiful Italian Girl in Tunisia contest in 1957, price tag included a trip to the Venice Film Festival. It was while she was on this trip that the world had a glimpse of her beauty, but it seemed she was not ready for it at the time, as she rejected an important proposal because she preferred to be a schoolteacher. Her journey to stardom was not easy. It was more about destiny. Recalling how she was made a beauty queen even when she was not billed to be part of the contestants. Claudia said, "I was staring at the girls on the stage because she wasn't participating and someone spotted her, and in her words, pushed me out on the stage, and I was named." Claudia was studying at a teacher's college when she got that beauty queen status. Did she jettison her teaching career dream immediately for more glamorous showbiz? It does not seem so, even though her beauty and talent were enough credentials for that. She spoke of how she arrived at the Venice Film Festival wearing a bikini, which was not popular at the time in Italy, a bikini with a jalaba robe atop, and had the Italian paparazzi stumble on themselves just to have her image. Because she was still very young and accompanied by her mother, she could not comprehend what was happening. Was it all about the bikini she wore? Maybe. She recalls they suggested that she join the cinema, but she said no. Then, on her way back right there at the airport, she saw her image in the newspaper with the caption, "The Girl Who Refuses Cinema." Claudia's career kick-started when a famous Italian film producer, Franco Cristaldi, came into her life and lured her to an exclusive contract agreement in 1958. As part of the epic terms of the agreement, Claudia must not cut her deluxe long hair, marry or gain weight, and the stage was set. The master and servant-like contract began with Cristaldi, overtly influencing all aspects of her career and private life. He made the choices for her, and she became a movie sensation, appearing on several magazine covers. Although their partnership goal shifted when he became more than a mentor, a lover. She was at her best and fans liked her to fill Europe's leading sex image position, to replace Brigitte Bardot. She did her best in the industry, though not as successful as some of us would have wished. I still believe she did not exploit her full potential despite winning prizes and receiving excellent reviews from her roles, especially The Leopard, which was arguably her best movie outing. When Claudia dominated the Italian movie industry with her beauty and talent and depicted a sizzling Italian model lady to perfection, critics think that some of her undoings were career choices she made. She tried her luck by joining the Centro Sperimentale Cinematografico, which is Italy's national movie school in Rome. But after some months with language difficulty, she found herself in an unplanned scenario that made her feel homesick and unhappy. Claudia decided to abandon acting and return to Tunisia. Back in Tunisia, Claudia, who radiated young attractiveness, had an unfortunate encounter with a young man that soon left her pregnant. The fear of single motherhood and the scandal that would follow at the time made her keep secret the pregnancy and later gave birth far away in London. From then on, with her mother's assistance, the child was portrayed as her younger brother. Claudia said hiding her son's identity has nothing to do with her acting career. "We pretended that he was my little brother. I didn't want to be an actress. I did it so I could be independent," she had said. But like a golden fish with no hiding place, her stories continue to sell within the Italian movie gossip corner. Those in the cinema continue to search for her, the beautiful queen who did not want to do cinema. The media boys were not relenting as her image continued to pop up in magazines with stories authoritatively exposing her as the girl who rejected the celebrity lifestyle and preferred to be with her parents. Her curiosity increased as more movie contract offers continued coming to her. After dodging and rejecting many of the offers, she found herself at the point of no return and was encouraged to sign that long-term contract with Vides Films, owned by Franco Cristaldi. A version of her history showed that Cristaldi had been in the background, mentoring her and trying to groom her up properly for himself, as it later turned out to be. Reports have it that he initiated the idea of keeping her pregnancy concealed to protect her future career, and even sent her to London to cement the secrecy from the prying eyes of the Italian media. After birth, baby Patrick was taken into the custody of Italian nuns somewhere in Italy until he was 4 years old, when he was returned to Tunis to be groomed by her parents. With her son's scandal perfectly handled, Claudia returns to Italy to focus on her acting career. Even after being inspired to act, Claudia had one more hurdle to overcome: the language barrier issue, which was also noticeable in her early movies, as her lines were recorded. She was speaking Italian with a French accent, made worse by her slightly hoarse voice that directors did not fancy. Her contract with the Weitz was not an easy one because of the don'ts in it. Critics described it as a sweet and bitter experience, though it was able to achieve its target by getting Claudia out of her dilemma and making her a star. Cristaldi's interest in Claudia was more than professional, because we saw him romantically involved with her. Expectedly, it was more of a catastrophe for young Claudia, as she later recalled. However, Cristaldi was the best producer in Europe, and so she made classic movies. A major issue then, she said, was that she was paid a monthly salary rather than per movie. "I was just an employee, an office worker," she had said. The reason she couldn't make much savings in her bank account at the time the contract ended. Claudia Cardinale married Franco Cristaldi in 1966, but decided it was over when she met and married film director Pasquale Squitieri in 1975, and simultaneously terminating her contract with Weitz Films. The action was remarkable for Claudia because it unsurprisingly ended in enduring moments of traumatic career life. To say the obvious, she changed her personal and professional life. Recalling that epic move, Claudia said that it was more than a surprise how meeting Pasquale interrupted a system that she built around Cristaldi for years. He, the former, was a powerful producer, and those around never wanted to oppose him. She also hinted that afterward, she experienced some career difficulties with her new husband. "Both Pasquale and I found obstacles in the work, but she thought it was worth the trouble after staying that long, living like a monk. All through the period, I was someone else's design, because they decided what movies I should be a part of, clothes to wear, my hair, my friends, and so on," referring to the Weitz Films. It was as if her life was operated by remote control. Being an independent-minded lady who believes that a woman's place is not just to keep a man happy through lovemaking, Claudia soon realized after leaving Cristaldi that it's very difficult to find an intelligent movie role for women, the type that signified the beauty of womanhood. Of course, she continued working hard in the industry after gaining independence, but the reviews and quality of her films reduced drastically. Claudia did remind her fans of her experience in the 1980s, specifically her association with Werner Herzog's Fitzcarraldo in 1982. Herzog's approach to filmmaking, according to her, is both uncompromising and notorious in the industry. Disregards storyboards, stresses inventiveness, and puts his cast and crew into circumstances similar to the movie characters. The Fitzcarraldo appeared to be her favorite, woven around an Irish fellow who aspires to construct the biggest opera house in the world, inside the Amazon jungle. Claudia thought the movie offered her a strange experience. "I don't know how I survived," she recalls, being in the middle of a jungle with wild animals, not knowing what to eat, and the Indians appeared naked. The entire experience, she said, was so thrilling and insane, being exposed to such extreme conditions. On her brief stay in Hollywood around the middle of the 1960s, when she was celebrated in movies like Rock Hudson's Blindfold and Lost Command, Claudia said that she refused Universal's exclusive contract because she still loves doing her show in Europe. "I said no. I'm European. I'm going back." Even though they insisted, she knew she was not ready for it. But on her working relationship with Rock Hudson, she said they were very close. Recalling that Hollywood punishes unconventional sexual behaviors at the time, she and Hudson pretended to be a couple, walking arm in arm around town. It was easy for Rock to lunch and dine at her place, and the duo remained close till she left the scene. Her connection with filmmaker Sergio Leone, who directed her part in Once Upon a Time in the West, was remarkable. "I was the only lady in that movie," Claudia said, adding that as one who loves music, it was the first time she experienced a film where a song was composed before the shooting started. And before her scenes, Sergio would play the song to help her get into the mood for her role. She frowned at the rate at which some actresses are abandoned as soon as they clock 60. But at her age, she will continue to work because she cares less about money at this time. Claudia was considered and treated like an object, but she wasn't the only one. Watch this video. Shirley Temple, Secret Behind Her Smile.